think we've just about done that, but wow, that was a close one. That's exactly how I want the races in this game to be. That was brilliant. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Gran Turismo 4. Last time out I did a very, very shameless thing and raced that thing in an event against cars that really it shouldn't have been racing against. Anyway, I needed to get that done. We're going to move on to another championship today, and what we're going to do with all of that money up there is actually go and buy a new car. By that I mean used, but we're going to go and buy a car. We're going to go for something in the early 90s, if I can actually get back to that menu, and we're going to go through some of the cars in this list. Now, I need a naturally aspirated car because today we're going to be taking on the race of NA sports cars. And to me, we've already found our match. Oh my god, it's a Honda NSX for 28 grand. Can you imagine if that was now? It'd be 280. Keep an eye on that, pin that. We've got a Nissan Primera, a Supra 2.5 GT twin turbo. Needs to be naturally aspirated though. It's all, the Civic, yeah. An SIR2 Civic. I wouldn't mind playing with that. Prelude VTEC. This is Skylines MX-5s, RX-7 FD. It's a Type R as well. RX-7 Type RZ. Oh, I'm buying it anyway. I'm buying it anyway, because why not? That, I think, is the first car off the list. I think that's the first one off the list. You're damn right it's brilliant black. It looks amazing. Not using it for this episode, though. Wait, when you buy something, does it change the thing? Oh, no, have I just lost that NSX? There's an Acura NSX there. Oh, have I just been a massive idiot? There's the same RX-7. Skyline GTR V-Spec. Oh no, have I lost that Honda NSX? No, there's a 1995 one. Oh, and it's in a very good colour as well. It's 42 grand though, as opposed to 28. Yes, I like it in that colour. I'm going to buy that. We're going to use that for this, because I'm very Estoril Turquoise Pearl. Also, how cool is this shirt, by the way? The Castrol GTX shirt that I got from the NEC at the Classic Car Show. Yeah, it progresses on another day when you buy the car, so that's why it changed. But we have ourselves a Honda NSX, and for some reason now Monaco. Right then, first thing we need to do is go and tune it up. Where do we do that again? Oh yeah, we need to go into Honda, don't we? Where the bloody hell? It's down here. Jesus! You would have thought I got used to this by now. We're going to lightweight it, and we're going to do some very, very spicy stuff to it. So, lightweight. Weight reduction. Wow, that's quite a lot. 130 kilos for 1,200 quid. What's stage 2? 5.5 grand. Yeah, that's another God knows how many kilos. God, I've missed the music of this game. I'm not spending 22 grand on stage 3. Tyres, what's it on? Usually good tyres, yeah, sports mediums, we'll stick with those. Let's put an exhaust and stuff on it, shall we? A racing exhaust and air filter gives it another 13 horsepower. We need to do an oil change as well. Need to remember to get around to that. The other bit to do, obviously, is to racing chip it. That gives it another 10 horsepower for 1,500 quid. Can we do a bit of an NA tune to it as well? Port polishing isn't very much money. Yeah. Like I've said before, my rule is 1 horsepower per £1,000. It's not worth doing if you don't get more than 1 horsepower for it. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Okay, so over 300 horsepower now from our NSX, and it's been lightweighted, and it's on decent tyres. We're going to go back now and head to GT Auto to go and do the oil change. Might change the wheels as well. Oh dear, look at that oil. Ugh. Grimy. Beautiful, thank you. Okay, let's have a look at the wheel shop, shall we? Standard and sports tyres. Oh, do we want some BBSs on it? No, we want some raised, don't we? Can't really get them very big. Oh my god, yeah. 500 quid, get in. Let's go and take our newly found machine over to the professional events, to the NA Sports Cars race, and let's do it, shall we? Let's see what this thing's got to go up against. So, circuits-wise, Infineon Raceway, Apricot Hill, Twin Ring Motegi, Special Stage Route 5, Trial Mountain. Let's start with the worst, shall we? We're against some serious kit. All NA, of course. The Callaway C12's in here, which I'm kind of scared of. 55 A-spec points, so that says to me we're going to do alright. Listen to it. Did you hear that? Listen. Yes! Big fan. Big fan already of the NSX. We'll see how she handles though, because obviously it's effectively a mid-engine supercar, the NSX, so it needs to be, what's the word? Treated with respect, I think, as I bounce it off a BMW M3. Whoa. Forgot how heavy I've got the force feedback set in this game. I've got the assists on as well at the moment, actually. I need to make sure they're off. But this thing is fast. Very fast. 300 horsepower of naturally aspirated power as well. Whoa, it turns really well. It handles very, very well, but what do you expect? It's a Honda NSX, man. Now, I can't remember if the standard NSX or any sort of tuner versions of it made it onto the list, come to think of it. I might have been daft and mistakenly ticked a car off the list without knowing it. I need to have the list brought up somewhere while I'm doing these, because we are going to start taking cars off that list quite quickly. Got the Mustang SVT Cobra R just in front. Look at it go in a straight line. Ooh, that was a... Jesus, oh my god, the force feedback is heavy. Got the run. Of course we have though, we were miles off the circuit. And we're into the race lead here at Infineon, known to most of us these days as Sonoma. Oh my god, I thought I'd just give it full lock and see what the car does. And it turns really, really well. But with the game being as it is, with the understeer and oversteer sort of assists that you get, it puts a weird amount of throttle in. Look, you could hear it put throttle in there, I wasn't touching it. So it tries to sort of stabilise the car. Not been revving it all the way out, it sounds like. Listen. Wow. Revs really high. Oh no. I've been changing a few thousand revs too low. Go, 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 go. Oh my lord, I love it. Now I'm not going to lie, for a long time I didn't see the fuss of the Honda NSX. I just don't think I appreciated it enough, but in time I've learned to love them just as much as everybody else always has. Excuse me. Well, that's gone badly wrong. Cones everywhere. My watch is hurting my arm. Excuse me. Yeah, so the assists make it so that the car doesn't do what you want it to do all the time. It sort of interrupts. It's like people say with driving GT cars on realistic sims like, what was that? On iRacing and the likes. You want the assists to be off, really. I used to really enjoy the GTE cars on iRacing, and I could never figure out what it was about them over the GT3s that I really enjoyed so much, but it was the fact that the assists, the ABS, the traction control, they weren't trying to kill me all the time, and they weren't trying to kill what I was trying to do with the car. I remember the first time I got rid of the ABS and realised that I can actually turn and not lock up all the time without ABS. I was a very happy boy, and I was really comfortable in those GTE cars. God, that was 6 years ago now, just realised. So I need to make sure they're turned off after this, but yeah, this NSX is really, really doing us justice at the moment. Handles so well. So well. I'm intrigued to see what it handles like when it's not got the assists and driving aids on. See if it's much of a piggy. That was a little bit leery around there, wasn't it? Wide of the apex at the final corner, just for good measure. And around the last corner goes the NSX for its first win under my control. Get in. Lovely, lovely machine. Pleased with that. God, I'm going to adjust my watch now. There's the lead gap then, 5.2 seconds to the SVT Cobra R. Is the Pontiac going to finish? Yes, 13.9 seconds back. There's our first prize money of the episode, and I can confirm as well, as you would have probably seen by now, I'm going to bring the list up anyway, it's actually an NSX Type S that I'm after, not this version of the car, so I'm going to have to get the right one a bit later down the line, of course, and the RX-7 FD is the first one off the list. It was just any FD will do in that case, but when it comes to the NSX, I want a Type S. Moving on to the next circuit then, Apricot Hill is our next challenge. There's a TVL Tamora in this race. Hello, that's a cool bit of kit, isn't it? CLK 55MG, an Acura NSX, and the SVT Cobra R that we were up against before. Going to make sure that I turn the settings off, the assists for this one. Let's turn them all down to nothing, and crack on with the race. 96 A-spec points in this one, so a considerable amount more. So obviously one of the cars we're up against here is a huge challenge to us. It was 55 last time round. Wow, wheel spin galore. Reverse Apricot Hill, which is an interesting point to note. Doesn't always make it very obvious which layout you're going to be on, does it? I'm sure it says somewhere, but it's obviously not in a place where I'm naturally used to looking. Oh, that was understeery. Excuse me. Whoa, I felt oversteer then on the throttle. It was very understeery. It's mad how much that setting really affects it. Look at that! Oh my god, it's oversteery at the rear, but that's what you expect from an NSX. Remember, in pretty much any game you've ever driven them in, they are oversteery monsters. Listen to that one. That's making a right good noise, that is. Hey, he's hitting me off the road here. On the throttle. I had to hesitate like mad there to get on the throttle. Tamora is the next car ahead. There's a 350Z at the front as well, which is a really good shout for an NA car. But I imagine they were quite, oh god, they were quite new at the time of Gran Turismo 4, so I imagine there'll be a lot of money in this game. Can't remember if the TVR Tamora was on the list, but it's a cool car. I don't think it's list worthy. I just want the TVR Griffith. But look at the power advantage they've got over us. God, the cars are getting fast now, aren't they? Sliding sideways on the brakes there. Managed to carry more speed than the Tamora. God, it stopped for the apex as well. Whoa, big save needed on the exit though. And a little bit too hot through the chicane. Thrown it in early there, and the back end wants to step out. Oh, that curb really didn't like me. On the throttle a lot earlier than the 350Z. Oh, give it a kiss. So that 350Z's got some great handling around there. Whoa. Oh, look at the spit of flame there from the exhaust. That was cool. God, it's popping and banging all over the place. In the slipstream. Ducking in. Suddenly wind noise. And then brakes. Ha. Oh no. Oh no. This can only go badly. I'm just going to hit the brakes. Hope and pray. It's a good car, that 350Z, isn't it? Obviously it could be with... I'm sorry, tyres. It could be with modifications that is why that 350Z is so good. Down the inside on the brakes. Sorry, that was a big, big send. He's absolutely mugged me off. But then we've got the cutback again on the exit. This is a great fight. But this is exactly how I want the races to be. I don't want to have an absolutely balmy power advantage over the other cars. I just want to be able to have a close fight with them. We need to get past him though, because we've only got a few corners left to go here. Down the inside. A little bit of contact on the way through. That's a very Verstappen-esque move. Down the inside and then, well, don't consider where your opponent has left to go. Just shove it down the inside. He's still there. He's hitting me. Going to maximise the run out the final corner, run it wide and then cut across. I think we've just about done that, but wow, that was a close one. That's exactly how I want the races in this game to be. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I had to work hard for that. Only less than half a second to the 350Z, then the Tamora, then the other NSX in the field, the Acura. Another 7.5 grand, cheers. And on to the next race. Now we're here at Twin Ring Motegi for this next one, and there's a Corvette in this race, a Camaro, T350C, fantastic list of cars. T350C is a good bit of kit. That's a very, very pretty TVR. It's just in front of us actually on the grid there. We've got the pop-up headlights out for this one, so you know it's serious. Let's build up the revs and crack on, shall we? Now we're doing the full course here at Twin Ring Motegi, a track that forgives absolutely nobody, especially idiots in green NSXs. Look at that thing. That sounds excellent as well, doesn't it? I'm not sure if this is like, excuse me, some of the earlier Gran Turismo games where the AI cars sound a little bit different. They're not as raspy as yours. Because I always used to love the sound of the TVR Griffith that I was up against. And then I got in it and it was just a generic noise, but it sounded like it revved really high-pitched and really smooth. And when I finally got the car, it was not the case. I've just smacked into the side of that Monaro thing. Actually, that's the Pontiac GTO. It's the Corvette out in the lead, I'm pretty sure. I think that's an M3 in second place, is it? I know some of you will be, the eagle-eyed of you anyway, will be annoyed at me for those corners. Because I went round the one that I'm supposed to do in third in second, and then the one that I'm supposed to do in third. No, in second in third. Was that the other way around? Yeah. Went round the one I was supposed to go around in third in second, and then the one I was supposed to go around in second I went around in third. Everyone loves a grassy overtake. Hard onto the brakes at the bottom of the hill. Down through the gears. That's an M3 CSL. Pretty sure that's on the list. If it isn't, editing Chaz knows what to do. Corvette just in front. I believe it'll be the C5 at this era. Oh, I got off the throttle there to get some extra rotation, and it worked. But what about that Corvette's power in a straight line? Has it got more than me? Don't think so. It actually slotted in behind me there as we got into the brakes. Not sure if I got a little push there. It felt like it. Either way, we have the race lead now at the start of the second lap, and I need to try and keep my wits about me. Healthy 2.7 second lead now over the Corvette towards the end of the lap. This is one of those cars you really have to dance on the throttle. You can come off it to get a bit of rotation and then stab it to keep that rotation. It's not something I've mastered, but it's something I've gotten used to over the years in other Gran Turismo games. Oh, that was a bit deep. It does definitely have some oversteer when it comes to lifting off the throttle. It wanted to go then, but we're out of the final corner with a solid advantage over the rest of the field now. That's like 4 or 5 seconds. 5.1. There's that lift off the throttle, you see? You just lift it off, let the front end of the car dig in, and then get back on the power. It's what I used to do in the Legacy before we stiffened it up. Whoa, but sometimes if you do it over curbs, it's a bit leery. Hard onto the brakes into this right-hander. It's a corner that I can never really get right. Although that felt pretty sufficient. That felt great round there. That was really tidy, that was. 7.777 seconds now. Stabbed the throttle. Absolutely stamped on it. And now we go back down the back straight for the final time. Up through the revs. I'm enjoying this NSX a lot. Into the final corner. Whoa, there's that lift-off oversteer. And again, big pendulum effect from the weight transfer. Bit of grass for good measure. Out the final corner. And there we go. Race win at number 3 for the NSX. Cracking. Another 7,500 credits, and I'd say we've got time for one more race in this episode, so let's head on and do the 4th race in this championship. Was it Special Stage Route 5 that it was at? I hope it is. Yeah, awesome. Let's do it. Okay, 2 M3s, 2 Chevrolets, and a Proto Motors Spira as well, the 4.6 litre V8. Jesus. I always thought the Proto Spira looked like a car out of a sort of Burnout game. Some sort of fantasy-made car. I mean, everybody's leaving us for dead in a straight line here. That's quite concerning. We'll have to outdo them in the twisties, as we have done many times before. Excuse me, though. No one's been outdone in any twisties there. Look at that thing. So cool, isn't it? It's fast on the straights, I know that much. Wow, as soon as it gets into, like, what is probably its 4th gear, it is monstrously quick. Oh, he's properly pushed me out of the way. Still managed to get around him. Excuse me, Grand Sport Corvette. Excuse me, Camaro. Oh, I tried to get around the outside there without hitting him. And he's absolutely mugged me. Oh my god, he's absolutely smacked me. Still pushing me. Is that a green M3? If so, very cool. It is a green M3. It's not the CSL, is it? That's just a normal one. A normal M3. Excuse me. Okay, first lap is in the books, and it's the CSL that's leading the way. I was going to say that the other Beamer was definitely not a CSL, because I think you could only get the CSL in that grey. So it'd always be the normal M3 that's in green. This car feels so good when you get used to it. Force feedback was trying to kill me then, though. Oh, I put my nose down the inside where it was definitely not wanted. Let's try it again. Excuse me. I do, sometimes like that the AI drive as if you're not there, because it does mean that you have to work harder for your positions. At the same time, I do wish that they'd give Give you a bit more leeway. I'm so scared around there. Come on. That's it. Get away from that understeer. Jesus. Listen to that. Low. God. Understeer for days. Just one more lap. Crossing the line now. And we have a gap of 2.6 seconds over the CSL. Up into 5th gear. 140 miles an hour. And braking. Oh, it's nasty, nasty corner. That feels so good when you come out of there. First time I've gone around that corner in this race without my nose down the inside of another car. How I didn't hit a wall through all of that. Oh, there we go, I hit a wall. My God, it wants to turn 1 minute and then other times it doesn't. Flipping heck, it's a wrestling match. But it's one that I'm enjoying because it's brought us 4 race victories so far, the 4th of which is right there. Another 89 A-Spec points for that result, and another episode in the bag. Hope you've all enjoyed this one, everybody. It's great to be in a Honda NSX. It may not be a Type S from the list, but we have our first car from the list, which is really, really exciting. So, thank you oh so much for watching, as always, and I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Have a good day.